All right, Chapter 11, Section 2, Kingdoms of West Africa. How did the kingdoms of West Africa develop prosper? By the end of the section, understand why gold salt were important, describe how rulers of Ghana, Mali, Songhai built strong kingdoms, and summarize how other West African societies developed. Key terms, people, places, surplus, commodity, Mansa Musa, tolerance, and Timbuktu. Trade in the Sahara. Surplus is what leads to all of this. Until you can produce more than you need to eat, it's kind of hard to have trade. So once farmers get really good, they create a surplus, and once they have a surplus, that's when trade is going to pop up and link Africa. In West Africa, the big trading commodities are gold for salt. And again, it's kind of hard to imagine this, but salt was worth its weight in gold, literally. Salt was needed for the diet. So when we look at West Africa, it's hot. You sweat a lot. You need that to be able to be healthy. It also helps in food preservation. So when we look at these kingdoms of West Africa, really all of it comes down to who controls this gold salt trade. If you control the gold salt trade, your kingdom grows and expands and becomes powerful. When you lose control of that gold salt trade, so does your kingdom. Your kingdom goes away. So that's kind of the way it works. How did farming lead to development of cities? Again, we've hit this all the way back from the very beginning of the year. But farmers create surplus. Once you have surplus, trade develops. People begin to specialize, and then a city becomes, or villages become center of trade. And that's what makes it a city. So Ghana is the first to really be able to control and use this gold salt trade to be able to grow somewhat of an empire. And what you see is the Arabic traders from the north come down with the salt in exchange for the gold, and Muslim merchants begin to spread Islam. So this part of Africa is pretty heavily Islamic. And so again, this is what you see is spices and goods from Europe and from all over are coming to North Africa. From North Africa, they are carried by the Arabic traders through the Sahara down into the Songhai, Mali, Ghana, and all of these other goods, including gold, get traded north. So, and then again, you're gonna have that cultural diffusion where you have these groups of people exchanging ideas. And so this is an example of a city of Ghana. What effect did trade have on the West African kingdom of Ghana? Control of gold. What effect did trade have on the West African kingdom of Ghana? Control of gold salt trade gave rise to the kingdom. It also introduced Islam. So Mali, Mansa Musa rules Mali. So what happens is over time, Ghana loses control of the gold salt trade. They are replaced by the Mali. They're going to expand the kingdom, or at least Mansa Musa expands the kingdom, makes it bigger to control even more of this trade. He really works hard to make sure that his kingdom is stable. And one of the ways he does that is through promoting tolerance. He just accepts other religious beliefs. So even though he converts to Islam, he allows other practices to take place. The other thing that happens with Mansa Musa, and part of the reason why he's such a big deal, is Mansa Musa goes on the Hajj, so one of the 5 pillars of Islam. And so during this Hajj to Mecca, he takes all kinds of things with him, mostly gold, and in exchange for that gold, there's a lot of interest in West Africa. So it piques people's interest on how did he get so much gold and how did he drop so much money. And so they're interested in coming to West Africa. And he brings back with him scholars and architects and teachers and libraries and museums. And he makes his capital city, Timbuktu, kind of an awesome place to come and visit. So what did Mansa Musa accomplish during his reign over the Kingdom of Mali? Expanded borders, conquered northern cities, but probably most importantly, he makes Timbuktu a center of learning. So sooner or later, the Mali weaken, they lose control of the gold salt trade, and they're replaced by the Songhai. So they extend this empire even bigger than Mali was, and even bigger than Ghana was. And again, it's just they take over what was there and they expand outward. And then because of wanting this gold salt trade, you have these Arabic raiders that come down and invaders that want to take over. And then you have these secession disputes, these internal strifes that weaken the empire. and then the outside attackers end up finish them off. And so again, you can kind of see the influence that these groups of people have on each other and similarities of structures and buildings. If we look at Askia Muhammad and Shape the Empire of the Songhai, I mean, again, really, you don't need to know Askia Muhammad, but if you know that controlling the gold salt trade allows them to expand their empire, improve their government, and what's going to happen is over time they're going to convert to Islam because of their connection to the Islamic traders. That's the big thing to know out of this section.